Good morning, everybody, and good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It's morning here in Germany. But welcome back to my channel. If I sound different, I am sick. I am getting over a cold, head cold, sinus congestion type thing. So I may sound a little funny. And you may hear me cough or like clear my throat a few times in the video, but I had to get this video up to you guys because I'm trying to stay on track with either uploads on Mondays or Tuesdays. I could have did it Tuesday, but I really wanted to get this video out, so we just gonna go ahead and do it. So you guys know that I swapped out of my ring planner and into this, and I'm just gonna tell you guys when I did that video last week, 6 days ago, I had a completely different kind of layout. As you can pretty much tell, the books are still within books. There's like these two that are on strings right here. They each have 3 inserts, but that is my planning section. And you guys will know that in just a minute when we kind of flip through. I'll tell you what my system is. I'll tell you what I'm doing. And hopefully everything makes sense once you kind of get a gist. But I swapped out of my rings and I'm into a standard 10. I just got bored with rings and I just wanted a change, like something different. And I can stuff this, so it stuffs a whole lot more than my rings. But I changed my setup in here. So I'm just going to say this before we jump in. I made my dividers, my dashboards. I made them just out of clear Avery paper protectors. That's it. And then I just use vinyl stickers. So we're going to open this up. And when you see it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, she really did change everything. I feel like the first time when I did this setup, I was just kind of like testing the waters. But let's look, since I've had a lot of inspiration from some of these YouTube videos. So we're going to go through it and then I'm going to go deeply into it. So first dashboard I created, I just added another sticker. I don't know if I showed that in my other video. I added another sticker, vinyl sticker to the back. These are top loading, so you can swap them out. First notebook is notes. And don't worry, we're going to go back and discuss what each insert is being used for. The back of that dashboard, which I just made all of these out of folders, by the way. Currently, I have my debit, my ID, and Germany cards in here. I don't know if I'm going to use this as a wallet. This is fairly chunky and fairly heavy, so I don't know if I am going to use this as a wallet, but I have those things in here. In the front side pocket here, I have a thank you card. I took out one of my dividers that I showed you guys in the last video that were in the back. I took that out and just slid it in here. It kind of keeps this firm, and you'll see why I did that. I have a thank you card in here, and then something that just says Mr. and Mrs., and then a book for list. My junk folder. All of my junky things that I use for planning. Pictures of my best friend and her son. And then this is where things start to change. So I decided that I did not like having all of the clear dividers in here, the dashboards. The reason being is because when I went to flip this open, the booklets were moving so much, and that was so annoying. I've only ever used a pocket TN, so jumping into standard and then having like all of these dashboards was kind of new to me, and I did not like having things move or shift around. So I definitely tightened the strings because they were a little loose. So I definitely tightened them. And my configuration between how I have this set up now is so much better. Like before, it was just like I just threw things in here. And yeah, I just set this up so much better now. So I can kind of rock with this. But this is the craft folder. So I went ahead and decorated that craft folder. Took out my bow clips from my pocket tin. And instead of using it for like um, decorative stuff, I'm just using it like for the bigger sticky notes because they were a little too big to fit in the zip pouch because they kind of stick to everything. This thing is already stuffed, so they were too big for that right now. So I just stuck them in here. And yeah, when I need a bigger sticky note, this is where to go. And then the back of that, I just have the other divider that was in a top loading. So this is that divider that was in the back of my planner. It now sits in this folder and it keeps it firm. So in all, this worked out great. And then I decorated the back of this now with this designer paper. So I am in love with the way that this looks now because now it's just not plain and just like all like I got rid of the kitty theme. Not saying that I didn't like the kitty theme, but this theme is so much better. I added in a luggage tag, and yes, it is a huge luggage tag. This was given to me as a set with a cup that said from Mrs. to, or from Miss to Mrs. And it was given to me by a coworker. She gave me one that says Mrs. and then this one says Mr. She gave it to me as a wedding gift. And it has my personal info in here because I did use it when I got on the plane to come here to Germany to live with my husband. I did use it with all of my suitcases. And all I did was just put it in here because I thought it was like so cute with the blue tassels. And it's a traveler's notebook and it's a memory. So I put that in here since it's not being used. And then this just says, "You are stronger than you think." This is part of that craft paper. So I thought it was super cute. And then this actually got this little string or kind of like whatever you want to call it. I actually got that off of a bag. So when I was pregnant, we went maternity clothes shopping, and this little boutique gave me a bag. And on that bag, it had like this straw strap. So I just took part of it off and put it around like this little thing here, and yeah, use it for decoration. And then I'm not gonna go into this booklet yet, so I'm just gonna skip over what's written there. And then I decorated this insert, and then monthly is still the same. I'm not gonna go into the inserts yet. And then the back of this insert, and then I added a yearly calendar. So now I just have a year or a month, year at a glance. Oh my gosh, why couldn't I say that? I have added a year at a glance. I have another one for 2020 because when I bought like inserts for my Ring A6 or Ring Personal, I'm sorry, it came with like a bunch of these. So I just used the 2019 one now. This is only 3 months left. And then when that's out, I'll just swap it out and put 2020 in there. And then also, I have a notepad in the back that I cut down and just slid it in the back of this dashboard. The bill tracker, and we're bypassing because I'm going to show you all of this stuff later. And then the bill tracker, weekly, daily, and the back of another insert that I was using. So now that you have seen like a quick flip, let's go back and discuss. So in this first notebook, I have decided that the way that this is going to work as a planning system, because the way that I was using it in my rings were a little bit structured. So, you know how you can have like your dailies and weeklies together? Well, I can't necessarily do that unless I like get a new printable that has it where it's like back to back. So, in my notes section, because my dailies don't necessarily have a note section in here, so I have to have a place for notes. So this is where all of my notes are being housed. And there's not much in here yet because I've been using a different notebook and just really trying to hold off to use this for October. But I've kind of put a few notes in here, and really all it is like dinner ideas and like um date night ideas, the things that were in my rings. I haven't transferred everything, just the things that I really want to keep with me on hand. So, my idea is to put the topic up at the top, and then whatever the note is about, use, the sheet for the note. And I'm highlighting the topic. So, each topic is highlighted. So, this is notes. Um, moving forward, oops, let's not move that. Moving forward, this doesn't have anything in it, but this is going to be list. So someday maybe list and things to buy list, grocery list, list period. So this is all about list. And again, it's just lined notebook paper that I got from our local mall here. And I just trimmed it down because it was a tad bit too big. Um, in this zip pouch, I keep, as you probably saw from the flip, but I keep like flags in here, the smaller sticky notes, which are this size. And I also keep in here thank you cards. There are stickers in here. There's a few Euro coins and American coins. And then there are stamps in here. And also rulers and a €5. The reason why I call this my junk folder is because it literally has everything that you could probably think of. So if I wanted to write a quick thank you card to someone and mail it while I'm out, I could go ahead and do that with me on the go. Just keep a few in here. There's envelopes, there's stamps. I can do that and then send it on its merry way. Also, I have page flags in here, the longer paper one, and then page dividers or tabs. Because if I create a subsection, I don't have to just wait till I get home to sit at my desk and figure out, okay, this is going to be my subsection and tab it off. If I'm out and about and I want to do a little bit of planning for whatever reason, whether I'm waiting or whether I just feel like doing it wherever I am, I have all the tools that I need. I have my page flags, I have my tabs, I have sticky notes if I want to make quick references to a section. All of that is in here. Same thing with the coins. So if I'm out and about, and usually 9 times out of 10 I am, we usually go to the store and we always need a coin for a cart. So it's just easy and convenient to have like a few Euro coins on you. You never know what kind of situation you're going to get in. We were currently in a situation where our cards wouldn't work at the mall here in Germany, and we couldn't get the parking ticket paid from the garage. I had a few coins and euros on me, paid it with the coins, easy problem fixed. So emergency situations like that is good to just have. So this is why I call it my junk folder. And this section is my ideas. So in retrospect, I have a journal in here, but I also have this that I will be using as a journal. So one is technically like a day journal where it's strictly about my day. And then there's one where there's going to be like a more personal. Well, not so much personal, but more like thoughts. So one is more like about my day, and then one is for thoughts, ideas, things like that. Hence ideas is the name of the book. But yeah, so that's what this booklet is for. There's nothing in here yet because I'm trying so hard to save it for what am I trying to save it for? October. I'm so sorry. I'm sick, so my mind is everywhere. And then this was in my ring planner. This is dinner and meal ideas. This is what I have written on the first booklet, or in the first booklet. I'm sorry. I really need to put this back in my rings, but for the time being, it's just housed in here until it's ready to be moved back to its local place. Um, So this is what I meant by day journal. So this is just like, I was kind of testing out how I would like using this as a day journal. So I went ahead and did just 2 days in here. And I actually watercolored this paper, which actually held up pretty nice. It's a lined paper, but I actually went ahead and watercolored over a few of the sheets. Um, I'm using this strictly to just write about my day. So it's nothing super personal. It's just events of the day, like the weather, stuff like that. So I did that for the 20th and the 21st. And so far, I kind of like it. I don't know how it will continue to go, but I do like it. One thing I have to say for sure is I use cheap watercolor in here too. So I would definitely recommend, if you are thinking to use watercolor in this kind of booklet, definitely use like the better watercolors. I used the, what are they called? I used the Prang watercolors, and it kind of made the page a little chalky. I have better watercolors, but I didn't want to waste my expensive watercolors or even my watercolor pencils, to be honest with you, on this, if it was gonna like not necessarily bleed through but rip the page. So now that I know it can at least hold watercolor and take some abrasion to the page, I'll test it out with my more better quality watercolors. So that's what I'm thinking to do with this. And this is the gridded. I almost said dot gridded. This is the gridded insert. So what I have here is a water tracker and a mood tracker. And I wrote these fairly small. I think when I was doing this, I kind of felt like I was back in my personal size and didn't think that I had so much space to fill up this page. So the next time that I do this, I'll have to think of a new layout for tracking. But I'm using this for tracking in anything that I want to track. So right now I just have water and mood here. And then I have my routines. Now this is not every day. This is not in order, I should say. So these are things that I don't necessarily do in order, but I do them throughout the day. So every morning is typical. I always go downstairs and open all of the rolladas, and I turn off any lights that we left on last night. Usually it's the more dimmer lights. For the bathrooms, I usually turn those off, and my husband leaves to go to work in the morning around 4 a.m. So he always leaves like the downstairs light on. I usually turn that off and make beds and make breakfast and check emails and stuff. I don't usually take my shower right away or brush my teeth right away. I usually eat breakfast first before doing all of that, and take prenatals and vitamins and all that stuff. And then usually in the evening, I'll wash dishes and start to do like light laundry and housework and anything else I find that needs to be done. I also have in here a habits that I want to track list. This was in my phone actually. I actually saw this on like a post, And I thought that it would be really cool to like um, write down different habits that I could track just to see like what I do for the most part. So what I did was I just wrote those habits, those 20, what is it? 24 habits. I'm sorry. I'm looking through the lens. So it's a little smaller when I'm looking through the lens, but it's 24 habits. And then I don't have anything else in here yet. Like I mentioned, I'm trying to hold off and use this for October, but I did go ahead and put some things in here. This is my monthly. Now, um, just really quick, I don't like how this bled through. So I kind of decorated this for October. And I use a black marker and I absolutely hate how this bled through. I think if I had not colored it in, maybe I wouldn't have so much bleed through. And then also there's a lot of ghosting. Like this is far away from me and I can see this very clearly. Like this is some really thin paper. It feels good. It does feel good when you touch it, but it's so thin that I don't know if I'm going to be able to use like my markers or anything on here anymore. Even the pens that I'm using, also ghosting. So that's something to consider if you want to know or want to purchase this book. But anywho, um, I went ahead and decorated it for October. It's very minimal. So I'm using my journals in here as a creative outlet, but the planning is still going to be structured. It's just now I have more room to like draw little icons and things and use full length stickers if I want to. But really, this is like it right here. Um, Behind that is just the rest of the gridded notebook and the line notebook. So when you get to this part where the binder clip is, and really my calendar should be in the front, but it's in the back because I took out the clear dashboard and I wanted a dashboard right here to kind of break up this blahness. But this is the bill tracker. So right now I just have first month's bills in here that are always reoccurring. So they always come out from the bank, but they don't have a bank option. It just says cash or card. So I put card and I wrote the amounts that come out. Now, our check is the same every first and the 15th. But I didn't write that in here for privacy reasons. And then also because whatever the whatever the rate is, because the euro for US euro conversion rates, they always change. So whatever that rate is what I'll write in here. um so the bill tracker is in here and ready to go. And then this would be the daily. So it's kind of set up like a schedule, which it is labeled schedule, AM and PM with notes. So what I'm going to do primarily is use this as a daily sheet, and I don't think I'll use this every day, but just as needed. So if I have a busy week or busy day for say, I will go ahead and use this insert and just write down exactly the tasks that I need to do in the morning and in the evening, and if there's any notes pertaining to any of the tasks or that day. So this is how I'm going to use that. For the weekly, and I actually made a mistake at the end of one of the sheets. So you'll see that in here, and then you'll see what I plan to do to fix it, which isn't much. But this is how I have the weekly setup. So my intentions were to use these boxes up top for the weather and the number. But when I started doing this, I did this in pen, and it completely slipped my mind that oh shit, I should have just like I should have did the weather and did the number somewhere small. But it's already done, so we'll rock with that. I'll probably do the weather in a small icon at the bottom. And then what I did that messed this up is there's so much space. So this is how I ended out October. Now that I look at this, I'm saying, shoot, I could have used this for November. So I could have started November here, and then November could have went through in a different color, and then I could have wrote October and November there. And then now it wouldn't be so blank when you turn the page, cuz November starts on a Friday. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna I don't really do anything on Fridays anyway except for date nights. So this might work for me, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix this so that this is a full day and just kind of like gray out or kind of go over this to make it go into November. So I don't quite know how I'm gonna fix that. So we shall see. And then that's the back of the inserts that I showed you previously. Behind the bill insert though, I have like all of my bills. So remember in my ring planner, I had the first half and second half bills that always come out with the amounts that are always due and the dates. I now have it on a sticky note in the back so I can quick reference what's coming out, and if the prices or the amounts fluctuate because of the conversion rates. So that is my standard TM. I am going to be adding a new journal to the mix because I'm going to use that one for more personal journaling, and it's just going to be personal. It's not going to be like something that people are going to see, but it's going to be a bigger notebook. So this notebook here is what I'm going to use for more personal, more in-depth mental journaling. And this is, I mean, it has who it belongs to and the date that you started on, and it's all lined. So this is what I'm going to be using to do that. And it actually, oh my gosh, I just ripped that off. It actually is like a leather kind of material. So that's what I'm going to be using for personal journaling. And then I picked up these large rubber bands, which I can use as jump bands in the near future if I ever need to add an insert and I don't have any jump bands. But the way I have my planner set up now is perfect, so I won't mess with it. But I just found these and I thought they could, be in great use. They were so cheap, so yeah. Oh man, I thought something was in here and I was like, I had to pause for a second. But yeah, I thought this was so neat. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there because um I'm not feeling the greatest, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys. I hope you guys found something useful from this video. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. I definitely see you, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.